The commercial sexual exploitation of children is an issue rarely associated with countries like the United States. But the reality is that an estimated 200 to 300,000 children are commercially sexually exploited in the U.S. per year, and that the average age of entry into exploitation is 12 to 14.
The commercial sexual exploitation of children, or CSEC for short, isn't just something that happens in major metropolitan cities. It can happen anywhere, even here in Ithaca, New York.
The Advocacy Center of Tompkins County provides services and support for victims of domestic violence, sexual assault, and child sexual abuse. Tiffany Greco is the education director for the Advocacy Center. According to her, Ithaca is no stranger to CSEC.
It happens here, and it happens frequently. What was unique, I think, was that it was discovered. So when we talk about sex trafficking, particularly of minors, we often don't know anything's going on in our community unless something goes wrong.
Tiffany says that there are certain risk factors that make children more susceptible to becoming victims of CSEC.
What we have seen here at the agency is that a lot of our clients whom we have who are minors who have experienced child sexual abuse, either incest or by someone usually known and trusted by the family, a lot of those clients appear more vulnerable to being approached by pimps and traffickers. Children who've grown up in families where there's domestic violence, substance abuse also.
Christine Barksdale is an investigator with the Ithaca Police Department. She investigates both juvenile and sex crimes and handles cases involving CSEC in Ithaca. In her experience, the victims of CSEC are often homeless or runaway youth.
So more commonly, I think it's used for young people like having places to stay, right? So a lot of times that vulnerable population of young men and women, but mostly young women, who might be runaways or something, who need some place to stay.
These youth are often lured in by the exploiter's promises of love and affection.
He's saying like he loves you and he wants you to have his baby and he feels like he cares about you so much and he just wants to take care of you. And to a 15-year-old who feels like something is lacking, or to a 13-year-old who feels like something is lacking, that's pretty amazing.
The Ithaca Police Department does not pursue charges of solicitation or prostitution when dealing with victims of CSEC. Instead, investigator Barksdale focuses her energy on creating cases where she can prosecute the perpetrators.
I don't necessarily use charges around solicitation or prostitution because I can do a better charge with statutory rape. I mean, you can't have sex with a 15-year-old.
CSEC awareness and advocacy efforts in Ithaca have even made their way to the top of the hill. Cornell's very own Students Against the Sexual Solicitation of Youth, or SASE for short, is a social justice group that seeks to educate students about CSEC and transform negative perceptions surrounding the victims of exploitation.
There are so many other factors that go into CSEC that it's not only about CSEC. It's also about sexism, racism, and the fact that women of color are at high risk, the fact that transgender youth are at high risk.
SASE believes that Cornell students need to be aware of CSEC and its proximity to campus in order to combat it.
CSEC occurs here in Ithaca, here in New York State, here in America. It's everywhere.
There are so many different ways that it can be fixed, and I think it starts with people who come from a more privileged background, just because we have access to resources that the average person does not.
The commercial sexual exploitation of children happens in cities across the United States, Ithaca included. But community members and students here have joined forces to create advocacy campaigns that keep this dark topic in the spotlight. Thanks for watching. I'm Cameron O'Brien.